Well, good evening and welcome to KPEG's live coverage of the CIF Southern Section Ford Football Championships. Tonight, it's a quarterfinal matchup featuring your Lompoc Braves and the El Toro Chargers. My name is Greg Ratcliffe, broadcasting live from El Toro High School in the city of Lake Forest, where the undefeated Braves are set to take on the 7-4 Chargers. For those of you who aren't familiar with Lake Forest, it's just the other side of Irvine, about 200 miles south of your warm and cozy Lompoc living rooms. And we here at KPEG are very happy to have made the trip on your behalf. It's my 21st year of providing live Braves football coverage to the Lompoc Valley, and I can't imagine being anywhere else tonight. So Lompoc takes the field this evening with a perfect 11-0 record after a solid 42-17 win over Camarillo in last week's opening playoff round. El Toro, the second-place finisher from the Seaview League, made it to this quarterfinal game by virtue of a wild 50-45 win at Villa Park last Friday. So tonight, both teams have the same goal: survive and move on to the semifinals next week. I spoke with Braves head coach Andrew Jones earlier about last week's opening round victory, his team status, and what we might expect to see from the Chargers tonight.
I'm here with Braves head coach Andrew Jones. And Coach, you mentioned prior to last week's game that Camarillo was the toughest first-round opponent you were ever going to face, but your team came up with a big 42-17 victory. Were you pleased with the way your guys stepped up?
I really was. Like I said, Camarillo had Oaks Christian beat. They had Westlake beat. Just to come out and play the way we did, I thought our defense played really well. 14 other points were aided by some very suspect penalties, and so we just kind of had to battle through the adversity. And then obviously, our offensive line played really well. And when you get a fast, aggressive defense, one of the ways to kind of defeat that is just to run right at them and get real physical. And I thought we did a good job of that.
Well, it was a close game at the break, but you pulled away in the second half. What was the difference there?
We just, the first two series we were real good on first down. And then the next two series in the first half, we were horrible on first down. So we started to throw the ball on first down in the second half, and it just kind of opened everything up.
Well, there were a lot of good performances that night. Who stood out for you in your mind?
Dallas really ran the ball well and stepped up. I thought Shamar played well on both sides of the ball. I thought Ruben stepped up and played really well. The D-line, was, all over the place playing well. And I thought Jelani made some key plays. Obviously, Jimmy made a couple key plays for us as well. And, again, the offensive line as a whole, as a group, played well.
So we're on to the quarterfinals and a long road trip down to Lake Forest to take on the El Toro Chargers. That's about 200 miles to get there. How do you prepare for a trip like that, and what kind of effect does it have on the team?
You cross your fingers, and you just really hope that young teenage boys can be very mature. And I thought last year we weren't. I was, worried before that game. We had a little bit too much free time. It's just the planning that is involved in the bus ride, eating, all that stuff is into consideration. And then you think you're going to get a bunch of traffic, and then we didn't. So, again, it's just a matter of how mature we can be. We've shown flashes this year of being one of the most immature teams I've ever been around. And then we've shown flashes of, being professional, practicing well. So I guess we'll just flip the coin tomorrow and see how we act.
And what about El Toro? They're 7-4 and coming off a pretty crazy win over Villa Park last week. What else do we know about the Chargers?
Big public school, a lot of students. They have a rich tradition there down in the Orange County. High-powered passing offense. They've got 4 very capable receivers that can stretch the field. They've got a quarterback that is extremely accurate, and they just do enough in the run game to make us not drop 11 guys in coverage, So, their 4 losses on the season are to 4 quality opponents. It's another battle-tested team, and we're going to have our hands full.
Yeah, well, here's the question I've been afraid to ask. We saw Toa Tawa limp off the field late last week. What's his status?
I couldn't even tell you. He's definitely questionable. He hasn't been able to practice all week. Again, it goes back to what I said about maturity and being professional and business trip, and Toa feels awful. But again, it was a really minute tweak of the ankle. We had actually told him to not go back in the game on defense. He ran back on and then tweaks it, and then, he wasn't even taped. So knowing Toa, it's playoff time, he's got to be a soldier, man up. I mean, it's an ankle sprain, so I'd be shocked if I didn't see him out at least trying, for his teammates.
I'm sure he'll have the effort there. If he can't go, what kind of adjustments do you have to make without him?
I don't think we make any adjustments. Dallas and Ruben are fully capable, like I've said for years now. I mean, they're starters on any other team running the ball. You rotate them, every other play, every couple plays, so they stay fresh for defense. But I think for the most part, we just do what we do, control the clock, and just try to help our defense out.
All right. Well, how about the rest of the injury report? Anybody else hurt?
I think we're good. I think bumps and bruises here and there, but that's it.
To be expected this time of year.
Oh, yeah. No doubt.
All right, Coach. Well, as always, thank you for your time, and best of luck against the El Toro Chargers.
I appreciate it.
Well, we're back live now at El Toro High School. I am joined by another battle-tested playoff broadcasting veteran, the Statmeister himself, Mike Loney, joins me tonight. Mike, how do you like this matchup for the Braves this evening?
Well, I think the Braves have a pretty good shot, but we're definitely looking at an unusual situation for the Braves. We're playing a school twice our size, much better funded, and we're being cast as the big bad Goliath, and they're the tiny little David who's trying to sling at us with some rocks. They do have a guy who's pretty good with the slingshot, a bit more of a grenade thrower than a sniper, though, at quarterback. But
got a senior quarterback that threw for almost 3,100 yards so far.
3,100 yards, but they've only rushed for 1,274 as a team. The good news for the Braves is Toa Taua has more than that by himself. The bad news for the Braves is they don't have Toa Taua tonight.
The Braves limping into the quarterfinals tonight with an injured Toa.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, well, it sounded better when I said it on the ride down.
It did. That was Mike's line. Credit where credit is due. He delivers it much better. But Toa Taua is out tonight with an ankle injury. He is not suited up. Matter of fact, I don't see him. But that's the bad news for the Braves. The good news is, as you heard Coach Jones mention in the pregame interview, that if Toa Taua cannot go tonight, he doesn't expect that he's going to make a whole lot of adjustments. He's got Dallas Canley, he's got Ruben Cortez that he can rotate in out of the backfield, and they have both been proven to be very effective.
And they've got two guys by the name of Shamar Savage and Johnny Manzo who are pretty good too, who can do some things. One of the big questions is, are the Braves really focused coming into this game? And I asked Don Cross, who is both the AD and the defensive coordinator for these Braves before the game, did you bring a group of teenagers off the bus, or was it a football team? And he said, it's a football team. So
that football team takes the field right now as we speak. It was a hellacious drive to get down here. Yep. It's 200 miles, as we said. It took us just exactly 5 hours to get down here. The team left about an hour or so before we did. It took them about 5 hours as well, from what I understand. So it was a tough drive. But they got here. They got to the field about when they normally would, a little after 4. So they've had time to stretch and relax and get into game mode. So
warm up.
Let's see how they do.
It was a bad drive for us. It was a worse drive for some people who had a pretty bad accident that closed 3 lanes of the southbound 405. So hopefully they're okay. But our thoughts go out to them. And
understand the Braves bus made it through there before that accident happened, so fortunately for them. They're down around the 10-yard line here on the right side of this field. Don't know whether north or south. I'm a little disoriented here in Lake Forest. But this is a beautiful facility. It's a turf field. And
looks like a fast track, Greg.
It does indeed.
I mean, it's in great shape, and unless the turf monster has grown a plastic cousin, this should be excellent field conditions.
Well, this facility reminds me a lot about San Ynez, actually.
I like it better than San Ynez, although it is similar. I think there are a couple design things that are even better.
We have a nice perch here on the top of the press box on the roof with a beautiful vantage point right here at the 50-yard line. So we should be able to see everything pretty clearly for you tonight. It's going to be a lot of fun. Lompoc Braves trying to get to the semifinals in Division III, their first year in this division. And what's their current ranking, Mike?
Well, they have been bumped up to number 2 in the rankings, both by Max Preps and Cal Preps. It's kind of interesting. The Braves dropped in the national rankings 171 points. After they beat Camarillo last week, they moved up 272 points. They're now in the top 350 in the country, according to both ranking services.
That's amazing. A tiny little school on the Central Coast.
It gets even better. They're currently ranked 33rd in the state of California, 10 places behind Oaks Christian, which
the school we just drove by a few hours ago,
and which is a multiple-time CIF champion, California state champion, and an absolute powerhouse. And it just baffles me that Lompoc's ranked that high, or well, not baffles, but
it is amazing.
Astounds me.
Yep. Captain's taking the field at the center to go through the coin toss. We'll see who comes out on top of this one. Usual suspects for the Braves. Canley. Jimmy Gardner's out there. Mm-hmm. We got Nick Jones. And, of course, Xavier Nix.
And Nix has an opportunity to bump up his profile a bit tonight, since I have a feeling Lompoc may throw the ball just a bit more than they normally do.
The Chargers have won the toss, have elected to defer, so the Braves will receive the opening kickoff. They will be in their traveling white uniforms and blue helmets. The Chargers also are kind of a blue and white team, a blue and yellow and gold, actually. Gold fence.
Braves in the all white with the blue trim and the blue helmets. And we're just a few minutes away from football. One bizarre aspect of the events tonight is there are some 2,174, if I recall correctly, leagues in the country, Greg. Lompoc is ranked, or the Los Padres League is ranked 286, tied with 2 other leagues. One is out of state. The other one is the Seaview League, whose second place finisher was, guess who?
The El Toro Chargers.
The El Toro Chargers. So the 2 leagues are tied nationally, also tied at 30th out of 171 in the state of California. So you're looking at the champion of a league that's tied, or 2 leagues that are tied, and the champion of one is playing the runner-up of the other. So,
in other words, we play some really good football here in Southern California.
Indeed.
But don't forget, folks, anybody who is outside of the listening area of the Lompoc Valley, tell your friends and family from around the world. They can check out the broadcast tonight at www.kpegradio.com.
And I understand that my brother Steve is going to be doing exactly that.
And where is your brother Steve?
Well, he's currently in Yuma, Arizona. He's doing his retired snowbird act.
Well, good for brother Steve. The
El Toro Chargers, and by the way, Greg, we can tell people we drove all the way down here to Chargers Stadium for this game.
Yes, we did.
The Chargers have one of the helmet tunnels that have become very popular and almost ubiquitous these days. And
similar to the Braves, except a little different color.
A little different color, and it says Chargers on the front.
Yeah.
And
I'm glad we didn't go all the way to San Diego for those Chargers, except they're not there anymore anyway, are they?
Yeah, so, they moved further north than here.
Than we are, yes. It was indeed quite a drive. I don't remember having gone this far south for a playoff game in my 21 years of doing this.
If we did, it was before my time. So the Chargers now entering the stadium, if not the field. The Braves are already out on the sideline, and
the Braves are lined up on the field, ready to receive the kick, and the Chargers have not gone through the tunnel yet. And the clock has been set at 12 o'clock. Pre-game clock ran out about 5 minutes ago. So we're...
welcome to CIF.
Now the Chargers are lined up in the helmet. The smoke is coming out. The music is going. The cheerleaders have the banner up.
Jonesy has called over several members of the kickoff team or kick return team, and I was talking to him, and he's like...
They're playing George Thorogood's Bad to the Bone as their entry music tonight, which, by the way, is on the KPEG playlist.
Of course. Is there any good rock and roll that is not on the KPEG playlist?
I don't think there is.
If you can think of any,
please call us and
give Greg a call, and we'll
try and get it on there. Yes. And as you might hear from the crowd,
should we say that there's some electricity in this building tonight, Greg?
There is. The usual suspects back deep for the Braves. Shamar Savage about the 5-yard line. Dallas Canley's over there on the left.
And over here on the near side, which is the home side, is, of course, Johnny Manzo. And there will be a 5-yard penalty assessed against the Chargers for delay of game before the kickoff. So,
okay, well, there's one I have never seen before.
So they were late getting out, and it cost them.
Cost them 5 yards. Well, we thought they were a little behind. Trying to make an entrance, I guess. A statement, perhaps. So they will be kicking off from their own 35 rather than the 40.
Well, they may have been watching their hype video. Their hype video included, I think, every inspirational line from a sports movie, and plus quotes from Muhammad Ali and a whole bunch of other people. So it was quite extensive, and I'm not sure they missed a whole lot with it.
Yeah, they covered a lot of ground with that one, trying to get themselves pumped up. And they still got people on the field, cheerleaders trying to get out of the way before they can start the game. Officials escorting them off to the sidelines. And I think we're almost ready to actually play football tonight, Mike.
Wow, that would be interesting.
I like it. Savage, even though after the 5-yard penalty backs him up, Shamar is still back inside his 5. We noticed in pregame, these guys have got a kicking game.
Yes, they do. Although they squibbed this one.
Picked up on the bounce. Manzo's got it.
Trying to get to the outside.
Picks up a big block. Cut to the end and gets tackled at the 33.
Ooh, and he was close to busting that one. He cut that one back up the middle, and it was interesting, shall we say.
So we'll return out to the 34-yard line. That's where the Braves will take over. 1st and 10 on their first possession of the evening. Just underway here from El Toro High School. Greg Ratcliffe, Mike Loney here on site. Judy Baker back spinning the dials and pushing the buttons at KPEG Central.
She had a much easier commute.
Yes, she did. Okay, from the I formation, Nick's under center. First give is to Ruben Cortez, and he is buried in the backfield for a loss of about 3. He had nowhere to go. He had 3 blue shirts on him just as soon as he got the ball. And a negative play to start the game for the Braves. It's 2nd and 12. Savage will go out wide to the far side. That's the Lompoc side of the field.
3-4 defense.
Gardner shifts over to the right. Manzo's in motion. Fake the handoff. Going deep is Xavier Nix, the Savage. Knocked away at the 25-yard line.
Yeah, and Savage had some steps on him, but had to wait for the ball and gave the defender time to get there.
And that defender was number 2, Jake Landry for the Chargers. 6 foot, 175 junior, playing cornerback and doubles as a wide receiver. We'll talk a little more about the wide receiver core for these Chargers when they get the ball, but they have about 4 guys that can really catch and have got some numbers over the course of the season.
And they chuck the ball around an awful lot. 3rd and 13 for the Braves, and a little bit of confusion out there as to who's supposed to be going where.
DeAndre Coleman lines up wide to the left, 3 receivers up top. Nix from the shotgun, under pressure, rolls away from one, scrambling, and gets sandwiched and hit hard and down at the line of scrimmage for no gain. And a great defensive start here for the El Toro Chargers. Braves looking at 4th and 12, a 3-and-out for the Braves to start the night. Not the way they drew up that possession.
No. Who's punting for the Braves? We haven't seen a whole lot of Braves punts this year.
That is Ruben Cortez doing the punting.
Nice high kick, not real long. Fumbled.
It's bobbled. The Braves have got it. Braves recover the muff punt at the 35-yard line, and Lompoc is back on offense. What a big break for the Braves.
Did you see who jumped on that? I believe that was Jose Corrales, number 27.
What a big break. Cortez boomed that one up high. Deep man had to wait for it. Bounced right off his hands. And Lompoc there to make the quick recovery.
10:18 to go here in the first. This time at the 35-yard line.
No score here at El Toro High School so far. Manzo on the gets tripped up and dives back to the line of scrimmage. That's all. Somebody got him by the ankles about 2 yards deep. Manzo managed to fall forward to get back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll be 2nd and 10.
Should we say it? Perhaps the loss of a Scotia.
All credit to Tom Gerard. Thank you so much, Tom.
Hopefully, if the Braves can pull this one out tonight, we'll hear Tom next week, because however it works out, if the Braves advance, they will be hosting the game tomorrow or next week.
Oh, quick screens pass to Savage. Gets cartwheeled at the 27-yard line.
Yeah, but he left a guy in the dust who still doesn't know where Shamar went.
Little quick stutter step, and he was back to the inside. It'll be 3rd down and a little under 2 yards to go for the Braves. That's what you like to do with Shamar. You're getting the ball out in space and then let him go.
Mm-hmm. And if Nix had been able to get him the ball on that long pass on the first possession, he had 6.
Nix under center, I formation. Ruben Cortez, the ball carrier. He's going to be stopped a yard short at the 26.
It's going to be really close, and now we've got some extracurricular going.
I don't think they heard the whistle. And Ruben doesn't like to stop until he's down. He wasn't down, so. And they're going to give him a little more than we initially thought, but he's going to be short by about the length of a ball. Braves will go for this on 4th down and 4th down in the Scotia. At just outside the Charger 25-yard line.
Interesting personnel package they have here. Double tight end, full house.
Full house backfield for the Braves. Canley in motion. Whistles, flags. Delay of game against the Braves. They were lining up to do a Xavier Nix QB keeper. And didn't get the snap off in time.
That's a killer.
That is, that's exactly the word I was about to use. It's 4th down and 5 now.
7:54 remaining in the first quarter.
Still no score here from El Toro High School. Braves on their second possession of the night.
Ball's back out to just outside the 30. Braves still going for it.
Nix under pressure. Jumps off a screen pass to Leandre Coleman. Complete, and he'll make up the first down plus a couple more. Down to the 22 goes number 1. And Nix dumped that one off just in time because he had a blue jersey right in his face.
Well, it was that tunnel screen on the right side, and Coleman had nobody around him when he caught the ball, and probably had to 2 yards past the first down before any contact at all.
That contact stopped him right there. It's 1st and 10 from the 22. Handoff is to Dallas Canley. Finds some room off a right tackle.
Broke a couple of them.
And we'll get inside the 20 to about the 18-yard line. Gain of about 4 for Dallas. Looks like they'll give him 5. We'll call it second and... Well, now they're going to back it up. Okay. 2nd and 6.
3 meters.
Okay.
Savage out wide right. Offset I.
Nix from the shotgun. Cortez, the ball carrier, gets inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line. It'll be about a yard shy of the first. Ruben picks up... Well, they're down to the 14, third and 2 for the Braves.
Well, if the Braves can average 4 yards a carry, that'll take them pretty far.
And they'll get a lot done.
Offset I again.
2 receivers up top. Right side of the field is empty. Now a man in motion. That's Manzo on the sweep. He's going to get brought down. Short.
Loss of a yard.
Manzo down at the 16 for a loss of a couple. 4th and about 4 for the Braves from the 16.
Yep. On the prior play, they faked the handoff to Manzo, and he had it wide open, and that time everybody went with him. So they're definitely ball hawking down there on defense.
And I get the impression that the Chargers did their film study.
Full house backfield for the Braves.
Fakes
oh, he's got him wide open. Oh!
Overthrown, incomplete. Cullen Rennie was out there all by himself. And the pass was overthrown.
He was about the 5, and the pass went to the goal line. And
what a golden opportunity missed there by the Braves.
And he was lonely out there.
So the Chargers will take over on downs, 1st and 10 at their own 16-yard line. 5 minutes, 13 seconds left here in the first quarter. No score from El Toro High School. The Chargers will have their first possession of the night with the first quarter over half gone. So now we'll get to take a look at this high-flying offense that the Chargers have. They'll come out with 4 wide receivers to start things off. Fakes the draw. Throws complete. Caught, but immediately tackled after a gain out to the 23.
Gain of about 6 plus.
That's number 7, Cooper Jones, the quarterback for the Chargers. 6'1", 180-pound senior. It'll be 2nd down and about 3. 2 receivers to either side. Handoff up the middle. Braves all over that one. Got a couple, though. Maybe 1. Out to the 24.
That was Castaneda up the middle.
As Coach Jones said, they run just enough to keep you honest, so you can't drop all 11 players back into coverage. But they don't run very much. 3rd down and a long 1. 4 receiver set once again. Quick pass into the near side, complete. Needs to break a tackle, he does. Now sprints down the near side, and he's on the move. This is going to be a touchdown for the El Toro Chargers. He's being escorted by 4 blue shirts and no Lompoc players anywhere in the area. Touchdown, El Toro.
And that was just a poor effort at tackling out there. No attempt to wrap up, just tried to knock him down.
That was, other than that, that was a beautifully executed play. 3 receivers into the near side. One guy drops back to take the screen. He automatically got 2 blockers in front of you. He used them, made a couple of moves. Lompoc got a couple of sloppy tackles. And all of a sudden, El Toro's on the board. 3 plays into their first possession.
And number 6 is on the field. He's a goofy footer, but he's got a leg.
Kick is away and good. So with 4 minutes, 13 seconds left here in the first quarter, El Toro on the board first. It's Chargers 7, Braves nothing. And you are listening to the CIF Southern Section 4 to Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network.
We want to take a moment and thank our good friends at Frederick Quality Plumbing. Thank you, Rick, Lisa, for everything you do to help make these broadcasts possible. Frederick Quality Plumbing. Well, we were talking earlier, Mike, that the Braves are going to have to pay attention to the pass defense tonight, or they could be in trouble.
Yeah, and the Ole defense will not work.
A couple of golden opportunities lost for the Braves on passes that weren't quite where they should be. And now they find themselves in a 7-point hole here in the first quarter.
Savage back at just outside of the goal line, and the ball right to him.
One bounce off of Savage and into the end zone for the touchback.
And it was kind of skittering when it got to him, and he reached down to pick it up, and it bounced off his leg and into the end zone.
One of those line drive kicks, never got more than about 5 feet off the ground, I don't think. We did note that these Chargers do have a good kicking game.
Third possession for the Braves starts at their own 20 with 4:13 remaining here in the first.
Chargers leading 7-0. That's right, folks. Nothing wrong with your radio. Braves trailing by 7 here early. Nix from the shotgun. 2 receivers up top. Manzo in motion. The give will be to Manzo on the sweep. Tries to get to the corner. Nice gain of about 11 or so and out of bounds on the far sideline. The most success they've had with that play so far tonight. Gain out to about the 32, so a gain of 12 for Johnny Manzo and the Braves. 1st and 10 from there. 7-0 is our first quarter score. El Toro Chargers on top. Braves send 3 receivers here, bunched up here on the left side, stacked up. Designed keeper by Nix, and he's going to weave his way through traffic and get out to about the 37. Fakes the handoff, goes off left tackle, made a couple of spin moves to get as far as he did, and picked up about 4. Yeah, or 5. Yeah, put it at the 37, 2nd and 5 for the Braves. Braves will send 3 receivers up to the top this time. Savage, the lone receiver here to the near side. The give is to Dallas Cangley, and he's tackled by Toro Chargers for a loss. Back to the 34. A loss of 3. This is as many negative yardage plays as I've seen the Braves come up with in a long time.
It's been a while.
3rd down and about 8 now for the Braves. The ball out there just inside their own 35. 3 minutes left here in the first quarter. Chargers leading 7-0. 3 receivers set for the Braves. Manzo in motion again. Nix back to throw. In trouble. Tackled at the 30 for a loss. That was number 43, Charles Poderoso, for the Chargers with the tackle back at the 30. It'll be 4th down and about 12 for the Braves, and Ruben Cortez will come in to punt. The last time the Chargers were back to receive a kick. It didn't work out too well for them.
Ooh,
nice kick by Ruben, fielded at the 33.
And that's coming back.
Block.
He's coming back.
He's still on the move, acting inside the Braves 30, but a flag where that block was thrown. Yep. Devin Villalobos just got leveled.
And he got hit in the head by a helmet. And that's not good.
The return is all the way back to the Braves 28, but there's no way this is going to stand.
Yeah.
That was a tremendous hit. Villalobos is up and okay, by the way. That's the good news. And the fans here don't like it, Mike. Well, that was pretty obvious.
Yeah, it was blatant.
15 yards from the spot of the foul. That occurred at the 33-yard line. So they'll move it back to the 18 or so.
Just over 2 minutes remaining and 2:02. And they're going to launch the ball all the way back down to the 17.
The 17-yard line. That's where the Braves will take over. The Chargers will take over 1st and 10 from there. And Villalobos in on defense. It's good to see. 4 receivers set. They'll run the ball on 1st down.
Or they'll try and run the ball on 1st down.
Yeah.
I guess he finally wiggled and squirmed and picked up a couple. Number 28, Stephen Castaneda. Or is that number... Stephen Castaneda, I can't tell if he's 20 or 28.
They're going to give him 1 yard is all. Forward progress, 2nd and 9. 3 receivers up top. They'll keep it on the ground. Picks up another yard out to the 20. That's 28. The ball carrier. Castaneda on the carry out to the 20. It'll be 3rd down and 8 after a couple of 1 yard carries.
And Henderson on the stop on that one. And they're trying to run the ball, move it. Ooh.
Looking to pass, plenty of good protection. And throw is incomplete at the 33-yard line. Low and inside. So a couple of short runs, a quick incompletion, and a 3 and out for the Chargers.
And DeLuna just threw an offensive lineman out of the way and was hugged in on Cooper. And Cooper said, I think we'll get rid of this ball.
1:06 left in the first. Chargers lead 7-0, but they're putting it away right now. Johnny Manzo back deep at the Braves 40. Braves go out, block, and they get it. Jimmy Gardner got a hand on it, and it's fielded by the Braves.
And Tenorio came up with it, picked up an extra yard.
Oscar came up with it on the jump ball and is tackled at the 15. But the Braves will have tremendous field position here with just under a minute left here in the first quarter. So a couple of... Lompoc has had several big breaks here tonight already, Mike.
Yeah.
A buffed punt, a blocked punt,
and
a big penalty.
mistakes.
Yet they trail 7-0 here in the first. 54 seconds left here in the first quarter. The Braves need to capitalize. Very tight formation, 2 receivers up top. Cortez, the lone back. Nick's under center. Fake to Cortez. Nick's rolling right, throws on the run.
Jimmy Gardner.
Complete to Gardner inside the 10 and down to about the 6. Looks like he'll come up just shy of a first down. Gain of 9, 2nd and 1 for Lompoc. Clock running, 30 seconds left here in the first. Chargers up 7-0. Braves knocking on the door, however. 2nd and 1 from the 6.
Full house.
Nick's under center. The give is to Ruben Cortez. He's got the first down, but not the touchdown. Tackled at about the 2. So it'll be 1st and goal Braves from the 2.
8 seconds remaining.
And a timeout called believe. No. Okay, officials stop the clock. Clock will now run.
No drinking. 3, 2,
The Braves
1.
are going to let the first quarter clock run out as they head to the sideline. 12 minutes done in this quarterfinal matchup, Mike. It's the El Toro Chargers 7, the Lompoc Braves nothing. You are listening to the CIF Southern Section 4 to Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network.
And we want to thank the pizza guy, Larry Williams, over at Pizza Garden for helping us get down here tonight. We appreciate your support of local sports and local community-based nonprofit radio. The Pizza Garden, thank you so much for your support.
Well, Greg, one thing that you can say about El Toro is they have been somewhat inconsistent this year, but their defense has not been... they had one really good game, but for instance, last week against Villa Park, they had an upset that they turned the ball over and just managed to squeak out a 50-45 win. The classic one, though, was a few years back in the CIF Championships in 2011. They were facing the Tustin Tillers, had a 21-7 lead at the end of the first and lost it 35-28. So they know some heartache in having leads.
Sounds like something we went through last year.
Indeed.
Interesting point about that Villa Park El Toro game last week that brought El Toro here to this stage tonight. That game was marred by some unsportsmanlike conduct penalties. Villa Park was penalized for unsportsmanlike conduct 19 times in one game.
Mm-hmm. There were, according to something I read somewhere, there were 16 unsportsmanlike conduct penalties in the first quarter.
Back to action here at El Toro High School. We'll turn around and go the other way. Braves now running from left to right on your radio dial. Ruben Cortez dives to the goal line and cups up a little bit short. It'll be 2nd and goal from about the 1. Again from the full house. Whistles. Timeout called by the Chargers. It's their first timeout of the half. Stops the clock with 11:38 left here in the second. 7-0 Charger lead. The Braves knocking on the door, however.
Braves looking to stop knocking and start kicking.
Yeah. And there's a song I have never heard at a football game, a high school football game before. Neil Diamond's Sweet Caroline.
Well, we got the first 6 bars and then it cut out just before the actual words.
Somebody must have realized, oh, I've got the wrong CD in.
Yeah.
So the Chargers will get together and try and figure out how to stop the Braves from about 6 inches out. Yeah, 12 inches.
Yeah.
They've got some big boys on their defensive line. Look at that, man.
Yeah.
Look at some of these kids. 250, 245, 248, 275, 260. Yeah, there's some
there's some beef. It's not the huge variety, but it's the large variety.
And, okay, the Braves will come back out, set up once again in the full house. Nix under center. Only question is who gets the ball. This time it is Dallas Canley. Goes to left tackle and comes up short. Stopped again. It'll be 3rd down and goal, Braves.
Should note that number 56, Jacob Peachy, is out there at right guard for the Braves. He's been out for several weeks.
That's a good thing. Coach was saying pretty much everybody is back to healthy except for number 35. 3rd and goal. Ruben Cortez stood up.
Right at the goal line.
But short. 4th down and goal. A terrific stand here by the El Toro Charger defense. 1st and goal at the 2. It is now 4th and goal from about the half-yard line. What do the Braves do now, Mike?
They go for it.
Well, there's no sign of Jose Silva in the kicking unit. 4th and goal. The Braves will line up to go for it.
Fourth time's the charm, and we have another timeout.
Taken by the Braves this time. 10:24 left in the second quarter. Braves call timeout to stop the clock. Chargers lead 7-0. And a big play in this game coming up here when we get back.
Yep.
What a tremendous defensive stand this would be for the El Toro Chargers if they can come up with one more stop.
If they can come up with one more stop and then move the ball to get out of there, because it's not really where you want the ball to. You always want the ball, but you don't necessarily want it there.
I wouldn't be surprised the Braves, they've gone from the full house and just plunged right into the middle 3 straight times with no success. I wouldn't be surprised to see a little play action here, actually.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised at play action. I wouldn't be surprised at a nice pass out of the full house. We've seen it before.
Yep. See what package they come out here with.
Well, I think they're definitely going to line up in the full house. I don't think they changed that because...
And they have done just that. Canley, Coleman, Cortez. There's the snap. The pitch is to Cortez. Cuts it inside. Did he get there? Yes. Touchdown, Braves. But he didn't get there by much, Mike.
No, he did not. And he struggled mightily to make that happen.
Good job by Ruben Cortez for the extra effort. And the Braves are on the board. It's 7-6 with the point after coming up.
10:18 remaining here in the first. Swinging gate. Formation.
Looks like the Chargers are ready for that. Got everybody covered, so the gate will close. The Braves will line up for a traditional point after from the hold of Ruben Cortez. The kick from and flags.
Offsides.
Braves will decline. And we'll try this one more time. Good snap. Kick is away. It is good. So with 10 minutes, 18 seconds left in the second quarter, we are now tied up at El Toro High School. It's the Chargers 7, the Braves 7. You are listening to the CIF Southern Section Ford Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike Loney. I'm Greg Ratcliffe. Judy Baker's back at KPEG Central. I want to thank you all for listening. Careful there, Mikey. Also, don't forget you can check us out on the web at kpegradio.com.
Well, they switched up and went to playing Rocky now, Greg.
They play Rocky. We will thank our good friends over at Sunset Auto Center. Thank you to George and Cheryl Bedford for their participation tonight. They've been with us all season long, and they're here to help us bring this playoff game to you as well. Thank you so much to Sunset Auto Center.
5-4-2 formation for the kick return, and a nice kick by Jose Silva all the way down to the 2.
Got a lane over there on the far sideline, and a decent return out to about the 28.
Dallas Canley makes a stop for the Braves. It'll be first down for El Toro.
So the Chargers will take over there, first and 10.
Their fourth possession.
We'll put it at the 29, it looks like. They've got 10:05 till halftime. Chargers scored on a short pass and a long run after the catch here earlier. Braves just scored on a 1-yard plunge by Ruben Cortez to tie it up. 4 receivers set for the Chargers, 3 here to the near side, 1 up top. Another back receiver coming out of the backfield. Got a man open to the 30, to the 20. Touchdown, Chargers. And that was a 71-yard touchdown pass on the first play. He got behind Dallas Canley. And I'll tell you what, Cooper Jones put it right on the money, Mike.
You can't throw it any better than that.
A perfect pass. Right in stride. And just like that, the Chargers are back on top, 13-7. Point after coming up. Kick is away. The kick is good. 9:54 left here in the first half. It's a stunner here at El Toro High School. Chargers 14, Lompoc 7. There is a goodly contingent of Lompoc faithful across the way in the visitor stands, which are very extensive, by the way.
Yeah.
And they are silent right now.
Yeah, the home crowd is not, however. They're right down below us. Side, although, strangely enough, there's quite a bit of free and available space to sit on both sides. Although there's
take into consideration, though, that these are big stands that go from the 10-yard line, so they're 80 yards long.
Yeah, and on the home side, there is a large contingent of appears to be El Toro High School students who are manning the rails, as it were. At least a couple folks deep, right in front of the cheerleaders.
We've got 9:54 left till halftime, and the Chargers lead the Braves 14-7 and are set to kick off. Another low line drive kick, takes a bounce in front of Savage, picks it up at about the 3, tries to get some blockers on the far hash, and will get tackled at about the 20-yard line. Give him to the 21. The Braves will take over 1st and 10 from their own 21. It's 14-7. The El Toro Chargers lead the Lompoc Braves in this quarterfinal matchup. If the Braves can win this tonight somehow, they will host a semifinal game back at Houck Stadium. Friendly confines of Houck Stadium next Friday night against either Citrus Hill or St. Francis. But first, we got to find a way to beat these Chargers.
They've got some work to do.
From the shotgun, Dallas Canley takes the handoff, sweeps left, and gets run out of bounds after a gain of about 1.
And they're going to give him a little more than that, I think.
Not much. Yeah, give him 1. 2nd and 9 from the 22. I've really been impressed so far, Mike, by the pursuit of this Charger defense. They're really playing well.
They have been flocking to the ball.
Really get the impression they've done a lot of film study. 2 receivers to either side for Lompoc. Nix from the shotgun, looking to pass all the way. Quick pass out here to Leandre Coleman. And he'll pick up about 6 or so. It's out to the 28. Put it at the 27. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 for Lompoc. 9:20 left here in the second quarter. Chargers leading 14-7 here on their home field. Looking down here on the track, they have more cheerleaders than I've seen on some football teams.
Yeah. Lompoc cheerleaders across the way trying to get the crowd over there fired up a bit.
Timeout on the field called by El Toro.
That's their second.
They'll have 1 remaining. Stops the clock with 9:01 left here till halftime. El Toro leading 14-7 here in the second quarter over the highly favored Lompoc Braves.
Well, I don't know that they were highly favored, but they were certainly favored. Looked about a 12-point margin.
Well, anytime it's double digits, I figure that's highly favored. And certainly in the eyes of the El Toro Chargers, they are coming in the underdogs tonight.
Yeah. But
the underdogs doing very well over the mighty Braves so far.
Yep.
El Toro up 14-7. Braves will come out looking at a 3rd and 4 from their own 27-yard line.
3 wide.
1 to the top, 2 here to the near side. Nix following a blocker. That's Savage. Spins away from 1 tackle, bounces off another, and I think he'll get just enough to move the chains. Mike, how does the 33? Yes, indeed. 1st down, Braves. And that was all Xavier Nix. Savage out there trying to make some blocks for him, but Nix with a couple of nifty little spin moves to get the extra yardage for the first down. So first down Braves from their 33.
And somewhere we've got a car alarm going off.
And let's hope it's not ours. Quick handoff, fake handoff, throw out there to the left flat to Savage, complete.
And he runs over 3 guys and finally gets bumped out of bounds.
Very short gain, however. Only 2 or 3. Out to the 37-yard line. Why does that car sound like it's parked right underneath my feet?
It might be. Pick up a 4. Just shy of 5 on that reception by Savage.
We'll go with the scoreboard. It says 2nd and 5. We'll do that too. Ruben Cortez takes the handoff, and he's going to get hammered after a short gain of about 1. He gets out to the 40. Somebody turned off the horn. Thank you very much.
Looks like it's going to be
3rd down and about 3. We'll call it from the Brave 40-yard line. About 7.5 left here till halftime. Chargers up 14-7. Braves trying to convert a 3rd down. Canley takes the handoff. Squeaks through a little hole to get 1. But it'll be 4th down and about 2 for the Braves. And another decision to make.
And it looks like the punt team is coming out.
Looks like they'll kick this one away. 4th and 2 at their own 41. Cortez back to punt again. We've seen him kick the ball more tonight than we have all season. Not really, but one man back deep at about the 20. It's a fake. Cortez keeps it. First down, Lompoc. Sweeps to the left. It's out of bounds at about the 46-yard on the far side. And Coach Jones rolls the dice. Good place on the field to do it.
6:49 to go here in the second quarter.
Ruben just took the snap, sprinted to the far sideline, found the sticks, and got out of bounds for a first down Braves. From the shotgun, it's a reverse. Savage has got it, looking for a block on the outside, and he'll pick up a decent run out to about the 45-yard line. Manzo sweeping left, Savage coming the other way, a little toss, and Shamar was on the run. Picked up, about 9?
Yeah.
Out down to the 45. That's on the Charger side of the 50-yard line. 2nd and 1 for Lompoc.
And the Braves are not leaving anything in the playbook unexercised tonight.
Savage, the lone wide receiver. Cortez hit in the backfield, powers for a couple of yards. Inside the 45 to about the 43. Just enough to move the chains. First down, Braves.
6:08 to go.
That was all extra effort by number 21.
Mm-hmm.
We are at the halfway mark of the second quarter. Our score is the Chargers 14, the Braves 7. The Braves a little bit of sustained offense here. 2 receivers up top. Nice defensive move. Pass thrown out there towards Savage. Knocked away at the last possible second. Incomplete.
Yeah, that came close to being picked.
And had it been picked, there was nothing but green down that far sideline. So
yeah, but he was diving for the ball, so I'm not sure he would have been able to stay up. But that was a moment for the Braves over there on the sideline. It happened right in front of the coaching staff.
2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Fake to Canley. Throw up the middle. Complete to Savage. Breaks the tackle and gets down to the 2-yard line.
And he was dragging a guy for about 10 yards there at the end, too.
Xavier Nix hit Shamar Savage that time. That looked like pretty much that same play he missed him on in the first quarter.
Yep.
This time they connected.
5:20 to go here in the second. Braves down there just inside the extra point line.
Yeah, right about where they set it to do the extra point. 2.5 yards or so. First and goal, Braves. 5 minutes left in the half.
I formation.
Interesting. Canley the back. Banzo in motion. A little spin move by Xavier Nix on a designed QB keeper. Gets close to the goal line, but just short inside the 1.
The hairs on the end of the ball must have been trimmed because otherwise he would have been in. It's that close.
If that ball had not shaved this morning, it would have been a touchdown. 4.5 left here in the second quarter. Braves knocking on the door. Second and goal from inside the 1. Chargers leading 14-7. Braves trying to even it up.
The shadow of the ball did score.
Don't think that counts. Full house. Cortez bounces off contact in the backfield and is going to be stopped short. This goal line defense here by the Chargers has been really impressive tonight, Mike. It'll be 3rd down and goal for the Braves.
Yep. You almost wonder if it'd be nice if they had somebody who was like really, really tough as a runner and kind of fast and like move the pile kind of guy.
Well, Ruben's a tough move the pile kind of guy. Let's see if he can do it for the Braves here now. 3rd down and goal. Full house again. Cortez in motion. And that is Coleman, who's wrapped up in the backfield, and the whistle is blown to stop forward progress.
They never did get him on the ground.
But a loss of at least a yard, a little more. It'll be 4th down and goal for the Braves from the 2. Tremendous effort here by this Charger defense on a couple of goal line stands.
And they pull some of the beef out and put in a linebacker and a defensive back. And timeout.
The Braves will stop the clock with 3:01 left here in the first half. Both teams have 1 timeout remaining now.
Hasn't really been a factor in this one.
The Braves looking at 4th down and goal from the 2. Tremendous defensive effort here by these El Toro Chargers tonight. Braves are down here earlier on 4th down, and Ruben Cortez able to get in on 4th down. Braves will try it again. See what they draw up. Coach Jones out there with his team right now.
Yep.
On another crucial play for both teams.
So far, the Chargers have done a pretty good job of bend but don't break.
Really, really impressive job. I've never seen anybody stand up the Lompoc interior running game like the Chargers have so far this evening.
Yeah.
3:01 left in the first half. El Toro leads the Braves 14-7 as Lompoc comes to the line of scrimmage to try and punch one in from 2 yards out.
Well, these guys are definitely not chopped liver.
No, they came to play as well. High formation for the Braves. That's Shamar Savage, the deep back. Pitch to Savage, trying to get to the corner.
Oh, he just ran over a couple guys.
He's going to get stopped for a big loss outside the 5-yard line, and the El Toro Chargers defense has come up big. The Braves had a 1st and goal from the 2, and they can't punch it in.
Well, they need some defense to show up.
Credit where credit is due, Mike. That was a tremendous defensive effort by the Chargers.
Chargers take over for their 5th possession of the game.
They'll take over on downs on their own 4-yard line with just under 3 minutes left here until halftime. El Toro leading the Braves 14-7. They'll spread the field with 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top.
Good time for a sack, Greg, or a turnover.
Or an offsides penalty, which is what we're going to get.
Well, either offsides or something. There were a bunch of flags. It's going to be the offsides.
Yeah, one of the Braves linemen jumped in, made contact with the offensive line, so that's going to be an encroachment penalty against the Braves. Give the Chargers a little bit more room to work. First and 5 from their 9 now.
Good time for a turnover.
The pitch out to the near side, got some blockers, and gets out across the 20 to about the 24-yard line.
That was Castaneda again on a pitch outside.
Castaneda will do the bulk of that running for the Chargers. First down at their own 24.
We'll give it to him again.
Tries to pick his way through and gets out to about the 28-yard line. In at about 4. For Castaneda, it'll be second down and 6. Clock running, 2:25 left here till halftime. Chargers lead 14-7. They'll send 3 receivers up top, 1 here to the near side. Cooper Jones from the shotgun, looking to pass all the way. And this one's a little screen pass and a move. Gets away from 2 Braves. Out to the 40 and down there. But what a terrific move. That was number 25, Julian Bruce.
Finally stopped by Savage.
But he caught the ball, made a quick little juke move, and left 2 Lompoc Braves defenders in the dust.
Man at 47.
Clock running, 1:40 left. Chargers trying to get some more action before halftime. Delayed draw.
To Castaneda.
Out to the 45. That was Bruce actually on the carry. He'll get about 4. It'll be second down and 6. Well, I'll give him 5. Okay, second and 5 from the shotgun. Quickly up to the line. Plenty of time. Throws a slant pass complete at the 45. And tackled at the 42-yard line of the Braves. Manzo on the stop. First down, Chargers at the Brave 42. Clock running, inside a minute left till halftime. Quickly up to the line. Pass through the hands and incomplete at the 35-yard line. Stops the clock with 48 seconds left in the half. The ball is at the Brave 42. It'll be second and 10.
So it'd be a good time for a pick, Craig.
How about a pick 6?
Yeah, I'd buy that.
4 receiver set. Back to throw. Going deep down the middle. Got a man. He's got it. Touchdown, Chargers.
What a catch.
A terrific catch. That was Shane McLaughlin over the shoulder. The defender was right there with him. It was excellent coverage. But what a catch by McLaughlin, and what a throw by Cooper Jones. And it's now 20-7 with the point after coming up. And these Chargers have shown they can strike in a hurry. Remember, they took the ball over on their own 4-yard line. The kick is up and good. So with 42 seconds left here in the half, our score is El Toro 21, Lompoc 7. And you are listening to the CIF Southern Section Ford Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network.
That's Mike Loney. I'm Greg Ratcliffe. Judy Baker's back spinning the dials at home. We appreciate you being with us tonight. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget, you can also check it out on the web at www.kpegradio.com. And we've got a stunner here at El Toro High School. The Braves trailing by 14 with less than a minute left in the half.
Well, this would be a good time for an excellent kick return.
So far, the Chargers kicking team has not given the Braves much to work with as far as kick returns.
No.
Savage back deep at his 5. And a squib kick be taken by one of the up men at the 25.
That's
Coleman.
Coleman. The 28.
And he'll go out to the left and get pushed out of bounds at about the 37 or 38-yard line. They're on the Lompoc sideline. Looks like they'll put it back a little further at the 35. So the Braves first down at their own 35-yard line. It's nice when you've got one of your up men as number one, Andre Coleman, who can take one to the house anytime on his own.
Would have been nice if he'd been able to do it.
Good coverage by the Chargers.
34 seconds remaining here in the half.
21-7 the score. The Chargers lead. Trips right for the Braves. Quick pass out to Savage, complete. Double pass. And it's picked off. Savage trying to hit Manzo on a double pass, and it's intercepted at midfield and out of bounds. That's the bad news. The worst news is there's still 28 seconds left, and the Chargers have got the ball, and I believe a timeout.
Yes.
Went out of bounds at the 48. Savage didn't get enough air into that ball. Had he thrown it over that defender, Johnny Manzo was standing all by himself and would have been doing a touchdown dance. As it is, it's the first turnover of the night. It goes the Chargers' way. And it's 1st and 10 El Toro at their own 48-yard line with 28 seconds left in the half. Already leading 21-7. Can they add another one before half? Quick pass out to the 50-yard line, complete. Spins away from Dallas Cantley, brings another one, spinning down the far sideline and finally knocked down at the 22. And some sloppy tackling by the Braves here in the first half, Mike.
Indeed, there is.
You wonder if that 4-hour bus ride is taking a toll. It's first down. Timeout called by the Chargers with a...
At the Lompoc 23.
They're playing videos on the scoreboard right now, so I don't know exactly how much time is left. I'll tell you when
16
there
seconds.
it is, 16 seconds to go till half. First down, Chargers from the Brave 23-yard line. They just scored on a bomb of a touchdown pass here in their last possession. Pick off the Braves on a double pass attempt. And now they're set up with 16 seconds to go. They've used their final timeout of the half.
This is a very big possession here for the Braves.
The Braves need to stop here or this one could get out of control. Already down 14. You don't want to be down 3 scores going into halftime. Okay, the standard 4 receiver set for the Chargers. 1 up top, 3 here to the near side. Quarterback from the shotgun. Plenty of time. Throwing to the end zone. This one is going to be... incomplete. In and out of the hands at the back pylon. He had it, but dropped it on the way down. But boy, that pass was perfectly placed by Cooper Jones. I am really impressed so far with this quarterback, Cooper Jones of the Chargers. His passes have been right on the money all night.
He's been very accurate tonight, and we've seen a bit more speed from these receivers than the Braves are, I think, used to, and certainly we've seen some really bad tackling.
So with 8 seconds remaining, the Chargers will line up for a field goal. This will be a 40-yarder. From what I saw in pregame warm-ups, this is well within the range. Good snap. The kick is away.
Ooh, I think
it's going to be close. It's good, just over the crossbar.
Just in the corner on the right side.
So with 1 second left in the half, El Toro capitalizes on the Braves turnover, and it's now 24-7. Chargers leading the Braves. A jubilant crowd here on the near side and some stunned silence coming from the visitor stands. 24-7 is our score. The El Toro Chargers leading the Lompoc Braves. You are listening to the CIF Southern Section 4 to Football Championships. This quarterfinal matchup brought to you by your friends here at your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
the Braves Radio Network.
And they like Metallica here at Del Toro High School. They play this one every kickoff, and we've heard it way too many times tonight.
Yes, we have.
The Chargers kicking off too often. 1 second left till half, so they'll probably just squib this one to negate any type of return. High, short
little
kick.
pop up.
Fielded at the 34.
Taken by Villalobos. He gets a couple.
And he'll get tackled after a short return, and that will bring the first half to a close. A stunner here at El Toro High School. 24 minutes done in this quarterfinal. It's the Chargers 24, the Braves 7.
Point a minute.
Point a minute, and that is not good for a Lompoc defense that doesn't give up 24 points generally an entire game, or two games for that matter. Mike?
Well,
I'm a little shocked.
Be interesting to be a fly on the wall in the Braves locker room at halftime.
What are they going to talk about?
Well, playing with a little bit more spirit would help. Tackling would be good. And maybe moving some people on the lines. The Braves haven't really been able to get much of anything in the way of pressure on Cooper tonight. They have been stymied on the offensive line, and it's been a while since we've seen the lines, the Lompoc lines, dominated like they have been
Generally,
so far.
they do the dominating, but tonight so far, both the O and D lines for the Chargers really taking control of this game, not letting the Braves offense get on track in the running game, and giving their quarterback, Cooper Jones, plenty of time to get the ball out accurately.
We saw a little bit of this last week against Camarillo, but the Braves need to play a whole lot better.
Okay, well, we're going to take a break along with the Lompoc Braves. It's halftime here at El Toro High School. We'll send you back to the KPEG studios for some pertinent announcements about some things happening around the Lompoc Valley. Our halftime score, the El Toro Chargers 24, the Lompoc Braves 7. We'll see you for the second half, folks. While the teams take a break, let's take a minute to tell you about this season's sponsors. These businesses stepped up to help the cause, and without their generous support, these broadcasts would not be possible. Thank you so much to The Box Shop, Friedrich Quality Plumbing, Hammond Overhead Door, Lompoc Community Bank, The Pizza Garden, Rose's Anything Athletic, Sunset Auto Center, The Surf Connection, Tom's, and Wilkerson Chiropractic. A heartfelt thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us to bring these games to our listeners.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now, I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org, the easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans! Do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rockin' oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage. But the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG. We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of tonight's game between the Lompoc Braves and the El Toro Chargers. If the Braves are victorious tonight, they would be on to the semifinal next Friday, when they would face either St. Francis or Citrus Hill at a location to be determined. Stay tuned to KPEG for details as they become available. But home or away, KPEG will be there to bring you all of the action as the Braves vie for a Division III championship. It's the CIF Southern Section Ford Football Championship semifinal, and it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Look at this, Dad! Over!
Whoa. The moment my son saw a redwood tree.
It's huge!
Is the moment I knew that for him,
you can't even see the top of that thing!
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right. We'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live trimulcast of your City Council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
Hello, I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager with the City of Lompoc. Let's tune in to what's happening in Lompoc. Starting December 18th, our Lompoc Recreation Division will be going live with its new online software system. This new software system will allow for online registration for classes and events. Stay tuned for more information for the Recreation Division's new online software system. The holidays are here. Mark your calendar for December 1st for our Lompoc Valley Children's Christmas Season Parade. Always a hit with children of all ages. Applications are still available for Santa visits through our recreation office. Visits with Santa will be available December 15th through December 18th. Cost per visit with Santa is just $30 for Lompoc City residents. Sign up now for Visits with Santa. Our Lompoc Recreation Division is offering an excursion to the Cambria Christmas Market on Saturday, December 2nd. This excursion will depart from the Anderson Recreation Center and cost is just $60 per person. Let someone else do the driving and don't miss out on the fun. Are you following the City of Lompoc on social media? Join us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter for all the latest news and events. The City of Lompoc wishes you a happy holiday season. We'll talk to you next time when we tune in Lompoc.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range. Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich? No. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then...
Or call 925-9554.
We hope you are enjoying KPEG's live coverage of tonight's game between the Lompoc Braves and the El Toro Chargers. If the Braves are victorious tonight, they would be on to the semifinal next Friday, when they would face either St. Francis or Citrus Hill at a location to be determined. Stay tuned to KPEG for details as they become available. But home or away, KPEG will be there to bring you all of the action as the Braves vie for a Division III championship. It's the CIF Southern Section Ford Football Championship semifinal, and it's right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cool time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Do you love to swim? Do you think about swimming even when you aren't swimming? Well, we've got a publication for you. A poolside publication. Just surf on over to the Lompoc Parks and Rec webpage and click on Poolside Publication. That's cityoflompoc.com/parks_rec. You can sign up to have Poolside Publication emailed to you every week. You'll stay up to date on the Lompoc Aquatic Center, get to know the staff, and learn a thing or two about water safety. That's Poolside Publication, brought to you by the Lompoc Aquatic Center.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work?
If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance, and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do. You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
The World Wide Web has many things to offer, and one of those things is Tap TV. Just surf your browser to cityoflompoc.com/taptv. Click on any one of our 3 channels and you'll see original, locally produced television. Between shows, we have a bulletin board loaded with announcements and events in Lompoc, with rockin' KPEG radio as the soundtrack. It doesn't stop there. You can make your own TV show. Just stop by the Lompoc Media Center at 125 West Walnut on the 3rd floor of the Anderson Rec Center, and we'll show you how.
Well, welcome back to El Toro High School, ladies and gentlemen. While we have a shocking turn of events here, the Lompoc Braves trailing the El Toro Chargers at halftime. It's 24-7, Chargers on top. Mike, what's your takeaway from the first half?
Well, the Braves didn't take advantage of their opportunities, and El Toro took advantage of Lompoc mistakes, and the Braves need to play a whole heck of a lot better.
Well, I hope they got some energy and some excitement in the halftime locker room, because they're going to need it to get out of this 24-7 hole.
Well, there is one glimmer of hope in my mind, Greg, and that's a similar 24-7 score in 1974.
Only you would know this.
When a certain team a little north of here, I was about to say south of here, but it's north of here, named USC was down 24-7 to Notre Dame.
I was going to say, are there any teams south of here? I think we've gone as far south on the map as possible.
Well, I think the Mexican Soccer League teams are south of here.
The Chargers coming back on the field here to get ready to start the second half action.
Final score in that Notre Dame game, by the way, was Notre Dame 24, USC 55. They will require a similar effort from the Braves tonight. We do have some other scores from around the area.
Chargers playing the Star Wars team actually right now. So
yeah.
Go ahead, Mike.
At the half, St. Francis is leading Citrus Hill 17-6. That's the other half of this bracket.
That's the team that the winner of this game will face next week in the semifinal.
Westlake is up 21-14 on Charter Oak at the top of the bracket. Westlake was up 21-0 on that one. And Rancho Verde leads Hart 20-0 in the other game in D3. Santa Maria at the half leads Sure 14-7. And in the second quarter, late second quarter, Paraclete's up 21-10 on St. Joe. The other two.
Saints really having a tremendous year, aren't they?
Yep. And Bishop Diego, last I heard, was up something like 31-0 in D6, which is kind of where the Braves really probably should be, but for some reason they got stuck in this one.
Well, we are in D3, like it or not. We are playing a very tough El Toro Charger team tonight in this quarterfinal matchup. It's the CIF Southern Section 4 Football Championships. Quarterfinals, El Toro Chargers, Lompoc Braves. And the Chargers have got the best of it so far, 24-7. And if that's not bad enough, they get the opening kickoff here in the second half. So they scored 10 quick points there towards the end of the first half, and now they get the ball here to start quarter number 3.
And now we've got Sweet Caroline again, Greg.
I love it. Okay, nice high end-over-end kick fielded at the 2-yard line, going up the far hash mark.
Ooh.
Spins away and gets down to about the 23-yard line before he's tackled. So a return of about 20 yards for the Chargers, and they'll take over for first and 10 at their own 23. Just underway here in the third quarter. Del Toro leading 24-7. Don't forget you can check out the game as well at our KPEG radio site, kpegradio.com on the web. Quick shout out to one of the listeners and viewers there at our website, Juanito Reyes. Thanks to you for tuning in and checking us out on the web tonight. That's kpegradio.com.
Seventh possession for El Toro.
We'll start the second half with a run play.
Nice job of picking his way through the defense. Finally stopped by Ruben Cortez.
Got about 7 yards on that carry out to the 30-yard line. It'll be second down and 3. 4 receivers once again for the Chargers. Quick pitch out to the right. Spin move, gets away from a couple of tacklers and gets close to a first down.
A little bit short.
Chargers in a no huddle. Braves have seen a lot of that this year. It seems like every team they play.
Yeah. They're not huddling, but they're not really going fast either. They substituted 3 guys and or have the picture cards on the sideline.
Third down and 1 for the Chargers. Straight up the middle goes the run play. Braves defense is there. I think they stopped him.
Yes. We will mark him about a yard short. And we're finally seeing a little bit of emotion from the Braves here.
Jelani Henderson made that stop and got up and was pumping his fists. A little bit of excitement there for the Braves defense. And they come up with a big third down stop. And it looks like the Chargers will punt this one away on 4th and 1. Johnny Manzo, the deep back for the Braves at the 35. Be punting from about the 20. See if they have the nerve to actually kick it to number 18.
They do.
Takes a nice Charger roll.
Oh,
excellent.
A very nice Charger
it's
roll.
It's about 15 yards on the roll down to the 20-yard line where it will be down there. So good job on the kicking team there for the Chargers, and the Braves will have first and 10 at their own 20. 24-7 is our score. The El Toro Chargers leading the Lompoc Braves in this quarterfinal matchup. Just underway here in the second half. 10:20 left here in the third quarter. Braves with their first offensive possession of the night.
The second half.
That's what I'm trying to say.
They kind of had 7.5 in the first half.
Yeah.
Or 6.5 in the first half.
4 receiver set. Braves come out throwing. Well, they're going to try and throw it, but Dixon's going to go down for a sack.
Yep.
Back at the 17. Loss of 3. And there's what we talked about again, Mike, about this the line play. So far dominated by the Chargers on both sides. Second down and 13. Ball now at the 17-yard line. Braves will send 3 receivers here to the near side. Savage is up by himself on the top. Dix from the shotgun. Looking to pass all the way. That's a step in away from pressure. Throws it. And almost intercepted around the 32. There were
hit as he threw, and the only people within 10 yards of the ball were all wearing dark blue.
Incomplete pass brings up 3rd and 13. Stops the clock with 9:35 left. There's that unusual beep again. It's not coming from us.
Yeah. Sounds like maybe somebody down in the press box below us. But
Nix on the keeper, trying to get to the corner. Not even going to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe.
Well, yeah, I think they're going to give them about 6 inches.
3 and out for the Braves on their first possession of the second half. It's 4th and 12. So somewhat of a passionate stop there on the first defensive side for the Braves here in the half. But
I think this is the first time in the game we've seen back-to-back punts, though.
Cortez to do the kick. Nice booming kick. Got all of that one. Angle to the far side then and goes out of bounds right around the 35 or so. Beautiful kick by Ruben.
It goes out of bounds right around the 36-yard line. It'll be first and 10 for El Toro.
That's where they put it specifically. Looks like the 35. First down from there for the Chargers. It is 24-7 our score. El Toro leads the Braves with just under 10 minutes left here in the third quarter.
And they picked up 12 yards on that exchange of punts.
4 receivers again for El Toro. Movement on the line. Let's see who they call first. 1, 2, 3 flags coming out. Who are they going to blame it on?
Well, looks like they're...
Who flinched first? Is the false start? Chargers back them up 5. Not nearly as costly as that big penalty they had earlier in the first quarter with that personal foul. Back to the running game go the Chargers.
Back a yard.
Back across the 30 to the 31.
That was Castaneda again.
Be second down and 14 now for the Chargers from their own 31. Quickly back up to the line of scrimmage they go. And now they'll slow it down a little bit and get some signals from the sideline.
Yeah, Braves were looking like they were blitzing and then backed out of it.
From the shotgun once again. Quick pass. This one is offline and incomplete. Noah Aguilar, the intended receiver, out here in the left flat.
Shamar Savage had was in the area, and if the ball had been tipped up just a little bit higher, he had a shot at snagging it, but was not to be.
A rare inaccurate throw there by Cooper Jones. Threw behind the receiver that time. 3rd down and 14. Looking to pass deep down midfield. Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Completed at the 30 to the 20. Goodbye. Touchdown, Chargers. And the Braves are getting killed by the long ball.
Yes. Well, they're getting killed by the inability to get any pressure on the quarterback, who's able to just sit back there and scan the field and go, oh yeah, he's open, throw it.
30-7. With the point after coming up.
8:03 remaining here in the 3rd.
Kick is away. It is no good, wide to the right. But small consolation for the Braves as they give up another big touchdown pass right down the middle of the field. And with 8:03 left here in the 3rd quarter, our score
is looking dire.
Yeah. It's El Toro 30, Lompoc 7.
But he threw that ball and there was nobody within 5 yards of him.
You are listening to the CIF Southern Section Ford Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
We want to thank another one of our sponsors tonight. Thank you so much to the Surf Connection for being with us. We appreciate your support tonight and all season long in making our broadcasts a reality. The Surf Connection, thank you so much for your help.
And we're seeing something that we have seen far too often tonight, Greg, is another El Toro kickoff.
I'm getting tired of seeing that. Yes. I'm getting tired of hearing Metallica. I like Metallica, but not what it means El Toro just scored again.
Number 3 legacy.
And El Toro has done a number of things really well tonight. The goal line defense was one, but also they've held the kick return game pretty much in check.
Little squibbler kick picked up by Dallas Canley at around the 20. Great defensive pursuit by the Chargers, and Dallas get about a yard.
Tried to get wide and could not.
Another prime example of what you just mentioned, Mike. Special teams doing the job for El Toro. Not giving the Braves anything to return. 1st and 10 Lompoc from their own 21-yard line. 30-7 is our score. 7:56 left in the 3rd quarter. El Toro leading the Braves. From the shotgun, Ruben Cortez takes the handoff. Gets a couple out to the 23. 2nd down and 8 for Lompoc. Clock running. We're approaching the halfway mark here in the 3rd quarter already. The Braves are going to have to get something going, and with great alacrity.
116,675 face with heart-shaped eyes. Face with heart-shaped eyes. Okay, hand with medium light skin.
Okay, that's some computer beeps we're hearing. That's what that is. All right. Manzo finds some room on a sweep, cuts it back outside. Gets to the corner and gets shoved out of bounds at the 43-yard line, but a good gain for the Braves for once. All the way out to the 45-yard line of the Braves. Best offensive play of the night, maybe, for the Braves, except for that pass.
Well, the pass to Shamar that should have set up a touchdown did not.
Best running play of the night.
Yeah.
1st down Braves from their own 45.
Savage out all by himself, wide left.
Canley in the backfield with Nix. Manzo in motion. Fakes to Manzo. Nix looking deep to the far sideline. It's a jump ball. And Shamar Savage comes down with it at the 12-yard line. Tackled immediately. And that's when you just throw it up to your big, tall, 6'4" receiver and tell him to go get it.
And have him high point the ball for a first down.
Big gain to the Braves all the way down to the 11-yard line. 1st and 10 from there. The Braves need some more of that.
And they also need to get the ball in the end zone when they do that.
2 receivers to either side. Manzo in motion again. Flags flying, and this one's going to get stopped. And
I think that's going to be motion penalty on the Braves.
I think you're right.
They had a guy coming in motion, and I think somebody else jumped.
And that's against the rules.
False start is the call against the Braves.
False start, Lompoc back about 5, so you get a big play. Then you surrender a 5-yard penalty. It's now 1st down and 15.
But the only good thing
from the
about
16.
But the only good thing about that is it did stop the clock at 5:58. So we're now under halfway through this 3rd quarter.
Clock now running. Braves will send 2 receivers to either side once again.
All at the 16 of El Toro.
Nix to throw. Quick pass.
Out to Brian Morgan.
Complete, and he gets swarmed by 6 blue shirts. Still haven't blown the whistle, and finally they'll blow it again at the 11. Morgan's first catch of the night gets the penalty yards back. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the original line at the 11. Clock running, approaching 5 minutes left here in the 3rd quarter. 30-7 is our score. The Chargers lead the Braves. Savage out wide to the top.
Manzo in the slaughter on that side with
Coleman out there on the left as well. On the right, Nix under pressure, getting swarmed, sacked at the 13. And I'm astounded at the pressure that this Charger offensive line is able to get against the Braves here tonight.
Yeah, their defensive line has been able to get an awful lot of pressure, and their offensive line has been impenetrable.
Loss of a couple. It'll be 3rd down and 12. 4 receivers set for the Braves. Nix in the shotgun. Cortez in the backfield. Nix to throw. Under pressure, rolling right. Now pulls it down and keeps it himself. Gets back to the line of scrimmage. But will come up well short of a 1st down at about the 9.
And Nix was under pressure almost immediately.
Had no choice but to roll out right. That was not a designed quarterback play by any means.
No.
And the Braves are going to line up for a field goal attempt here, settling for 3. Jose Silva will be kicking from about the 16-yard line. Call it a 26-yarder for Jose. Good snap. Chargers in to try and block that one. Just about got it, but Silva puts it through the uprights.
And they got Silva. And there is a flag.
The kick will stand, looks like. So make it 30-10. We have Silva limping off the field with assistance after taking that hit in the leg. So if that penalty results in a 1st down, Mike, do they take the points off the board?
If it gives them a 1st down, I think they have to.
Let's see what they come up with.
We're going to have your zebra huddle for you, Greg.
My first zebra huddle of the night. Thank you so much. I've missed it. See what the official call is, if they are going to tell us. And they're going to running into the kicker. Penalty decline. Keep the points. Kick is good.
So it was running into, not roughing.
Right. So give the Braves 3. 3:27 left here in the 3rd quarter. Lompoc on the board. It's now Chargers 30, Braves 10. You are listening to the CIF Southern Section Forward Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network. Well, the Braves have finally broken double digits tonight, Greg, and usually that requires about 3-4 minutes in the first quarter.
Nice high kick, end over end, fielded at about the 6-yard line. Looking for some blocking on the far sideline. Cuts it to the outside, gets some room, gets to the corner and shoved out of bounds at around the 35-yard line on the Lompoc bench. Morgan on the stop for the Braves. The Chargers will take over 1st and 10 with 3:19 left in the third quarter.
And that was Aldo Anguiano on the kick off there.
3:19 left in the third. Chargers up 30-10. They've got a first down at their own 36-yard line. Got a 20-point lead for the home team.
And the Braves need stops and turnovers and all kinds of stuff.
They need all kinds of stuff, and they need them now. 4 receivers spread set for the Chargers. They'll go to the run game after a little pitch. Finds a nice little gap there on the left side and gets all the way out to the 45-yard line. Castaneda again on the carry.
And these backs, he does a very good job of finding little bit of seams and working his blocks.
Pickup of 9 makes it 2nd and 1. Again, 4 wide, 3 up top, 1 here to the short side of the field.
Castaneda again.
Right up the middle and gets hammered hard and stood up straight after a short gain. And guess who that was?
Ruben Cortez.
Ruben Cortez making the stop.
And when they say Ruben Cortez made the stop, he made the stop.
Yeah,
there was no more forward motion on that ball carry as when Ruben made the hit.
2:31 remaining. His time is just flying by here.
No gain on the play.
Got enough for the first down.
Oh, they did move the chains. First down, you bet.
Yeah, quick pitch outside. Nice blocks. Brian Morgan finally makes the stop.
Cross midfield, however, and into Braves territory to about the 49.
Brian Morgan makes the stop.
Ruben made that hit so hard and so fast, I thought he'd stopped him short, but he did get enough to move the chain just barely. Pickup of about 3, maybe 4 on that one. We're taking 2nd and 6. 3 receivers up top. Clock running inside 2 minutes left here in the third. Quick pass complete to the left. Out there in space, Canley brings him down.
Finally a tackle in space.
But a first down for the Chargers at the Lompoc 40.
It's enough yardage for now. Toro first down at the 40-yard line.
Clock running, a minute and a half left here in the third quarter. Chargers up 30-10 on the Lompoc Braves. And on the move once again.
Now at the Braves' 40-yard line.
From the shotgun, they'll go back to the run game.
Ooh, finally got some penetration.
Still managed to get a yard, though. That was Julian Bruce on the carry this time. Down to the 39 of the Braves. Gain of 1, 2nd and 9. 1 minute left in the third quarter. Chargers with a 20-point lead over the Braves. It's 30-10. And El Toro in no real hurry. They're kind of milking this play clock as well.
To milk the clock anymore, they're going to have to start a dairy.
Little shovel pass.
Oh, great block.
Sweeping to the outside, gets the corner and gets run out of bounds inside the 35, about the 33. Savage in there for the stop for the Braves, along with Jelani Henderson. I think got there first. Down to the 34, it'll be third down and about 4. Clock stops with 30 seconds to go in the third quarter.
Yeah, Yankees.
Little tight end movement there on the Chargers is going to cost them 5 yards. Said, I thought you said to go on Hut, not Hut. So 3rd and 9 after a penalty of 5 yards. wonder if that changes the play call. Doesn't look like it. They're right back up in the same formation. 3 receivers up top, 1 to the near side, looking to throw all the way. Complete at the 30 and thrown back, but it's going to be really close to a first down.
They're marking them just short.
You need to get exactly to the 30, it looks like. And they are at the 31.
Nice job by Shamar wrapping them up and tossing them back the other direction.
So it's 4th down and 1, and a decision now for the Chargers. But they're going to have to make it in the 4th quarter because we've got zeros on the time clock right now. 3 quarters are done here at El Toro High School on this quarterfinal matchup. Our score is the El Toro Chargers 30, the Lompoc Braves 10.
Yeah, 3 quarters gone, and the Braves are about 3 quarters done.
You are listening to the CIF Southern Section Ford Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network. They're going to have to get it cranked up here in this 4th quarter.
They got 12 minutes to come up with some magic, or the season is going to end right here in Orange County for the Braves.
Yep.
Let's thank another one of our sponsors real quick, Mike Wilkerson Chiropractic. Thank you so much to Mark Wilkerson, Dr. Mark, and all his staff for being with us tonight and all season long. We appreciate your support of Braves football and local community-based nonprofit radio. Wilkerson Chiropractic.
The one thing the Braves really have going for them right now is the fact that it's only 20 instead of 21. That this extra point could work large, but the Braves need to generate some offense. They need to generate some offense fast, and then they need some defensive stops. Otherwise, this thing is over because the Chargers have gone into neutral and are in no hurry.
They're playing ball control right now.
Whatsoever.
And it's working.
Yes.
That's the key. It's working. So it's 4th and 1. The Chargers will line up to go for it here on the Brave 31-yard line.
And I don't think they really care if they make it or not.
From the shotgun, they're trying to, looks like they might be trying to draw the Braves offside. That's not going to work, at least so far. Now they'll slow things down, set back again. There's the snap. And a throw on 4th and 1, going deep. Sideline, complete.
Oh, heavens. How did that thing get through there?
Touchdown, Chargers.
Good.
On 4th and 1.
And that was good coverage again.
Right over the shoulder of the defender, right into the waiting hands of the receiver at about the 10. And then into the end zone for the Chargers score. And that one could be a backbreaker. Chargers will line up for 1. I'd elect them to go for 2 here, even though they missed that last one. It's 36-10 with the point after coming up. Low snap, set down nicely, however. The kick is looking solid, and it is good. So 1 play into the 4th quarter. That took 6 seconds off the 4th quarter clock. 11:54 remaining here in the game. And it's Chargers 37, Lompoc 10. You are listening to the CIF Southern Section 4 to Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
On the Braves Radio Network.
Let's thank our good friend Box Shop Bob over at the Box Shop. Thank you, Bob. We appreciate you coming along with us, taking the trip to Orange County tonight to help us bring this broadcast back to our listeners at home and all over the world on the World Wide Web. Thank you to the Box Shop for your support. Mike, that might have been the final nail. I don't know.
Yeah, if it wasn't the final nail, it was real close to it.
The Braves down 27 here to start the 4th quarter.
That's not a phrase you've said often, right?
No. I'm not sure I remember ever saying that, actually.
Yeah.
End over end kick taken just outside the goal line by Shamar Savage. Breaks 1 tackle at about the 10, trying to get to the corner, and will get run out of bounds at around the 20-yard line on the far sideline. So the Braves will be about 80 yards from pay dirt here, and as they start their first possession of the 4th.
11:45. remaining in the game, unless we have a real exciting finish.
37-10 is our score. The hometown Chargers on top of the Lompoc Braves. Lompoc needs to make something happen in a hurry. It's going to be a long bus ride home. I'll tell you what, it's going to be a long bus ride home either way.
Yeah. It's going to be a long car ride home too, Greg.
Don't remind me. First and 10 Lompoc, 3 receivers. Manzo in motion. Fake to Manzo. Nick scrambling for his life. He's going to get sacked back at about the 15. 1, 2, 3, 4 blue shirts all over.
Give him forward progress to the 17.
Regardless, it's a loss of 3 on the sack. And again, the defensive penetration into the Lompoc backfield has just been
almost instantaneous
and astounding. Second down and 13 for the Braves. Clock running, 11 minutes left in the game. 4 receivers for the Braves. Savage here to the near side, 3 stacked up top. Nix looking to throw. Under pressure again. Shovels one out in the general vicinity of Ruben Cortez. Falls short. And that was dangerous. Nix was almost in the grasp there of a couple of defenders. Managed to throw that one out, kind of shot-putted it out there towards Ruben. Incomplete pass, and it's third down. Third and a long 12 for the Braves from their own 18-yard line. Braves will send 3 receivers up to the top.
Coleman on the outside.
Savage here to the near side. Low snap. Nix manages to grab it. And he's going to get buried. Sack inside the 10. And he had no chance at all. There's just no protection.
Tried to roll, and he got rolled.
And this offensive line that has done such a tremendous job over the course of the 11 previous games
is just getting...
They're getting schooled tonight. You got to think that bus ride took something out of this, right? It's really, I've never seen the Braves play quite this way before here. Fourth and long.
High punt by Ruben.
Fair catch called for and made at the Braves 45. So the Chargers will start on the Lompoc side of the 50. I believe that's the first time they've had that privilege tonight. Just over 10 minutes, 10:07 left here in the fourth quarter. The Chargers lead the Braves 37-10. And what has been a complete stunner here for us at El Toro High School tonight. This is what I wasn't expecting this. From the shotgun, 4 receivers. They'll go to the ground game. Castaneda.
Wow.
Gets a block on the corner and gets leveled at about the 37-yard line.
Picks up about 8. So their wide receivers and their tight ends are doing really yeoman work out there blocking for Castaneda.
Second and 2 from the Braves 37 after a pickup of 8. Clock running, approaching 9.5 left. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top on the short side of the field. They'll keep it on the ground. Castaneda again.
Just short of the first down, I think, depending on which mark they decide to give him. It's going to be
right about at the 35. We'll see where the nose of the ball is. It looks like it's going to be about a smidgen short. We've already used our skosh for the night, so this will be a smidgen.
How about a tad? We haven't had a tad in a while.
Tad. Third down and short. Still on the spread. 3 here to the near side, 1 up top. Cooper Jones from the shotgun. Looks like he might be calling an audible at the line, changing the play perhaps.
Lompoc's looking blitz.
They'll go to the run game up the middle and powering forward for about 5 yards.
Almost 6. Bruce again.
Julian Bruce, number 25, runs big. He's only 5'8", 180 pounds, but a first down for the Chargers.
Well, he's running behind an offensive line that is just moving people. Road graders.
First down, the ball now at the Brave 30. And the Chargers doing exactly what they want to do, is chew up the clock.
And keep possession.
Inside 8:20 left here in the game. 37-10 the score.
Yeah.
It looks like they may have chewed up a little too much clock on this one. Or...
Well, we had somebody over on the left side move.
Okay. And it was a guy wearing white. It's, 5 yards against the Braves. First down and 5. The ball now up to 25. And clock running. We are at 8 minutes left in the game. Back to pass on 1st and 5 into the end zone. This one almost picked off by Dallas Canley, but falls incomplete at the back line. Chargers trying to nail this door shut. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 5 and stops the clock with 7:56 left here in the fourth quarter. Chargers lead 37-10, and the Braves are in a desperation mode now. They need the ball. They need to stop. They need something.
They need a whole bunch of somethings.
Another quick little shovel pass. Breaking tackles in the backfield, still on his feet, scrambling to try and get back to the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, that was at 3 again. Noah Aguilar.
And gets to the 23. It'll be 3rd down and about 2 now for the Chargers. Clock running, 7.5 left in the fourth. Just what the doctor ordered for the El Toro Chargers. Run the clock. Take up every second of the play clock. 3rd and 2 from the Brave 23. Handoff up the middle.
Did not get there.
Good Braves penetration that time. Stopped it for a gain of about 1. It'll be 4th down.
It was Jesus going from his defensive end spot.
4th and 2, they're going to call it from the 22. Approaching the halfway mark here. 6:44 left in the fourth. And the Chargers in no hurry to line up. They're standing here looking at their coach, letting the clock run out. I suspect we may see a timeout here in a second.
The coach has walked over and standing right next to the line judge and
calls a timeout to stop the clock with 6:25. So they'll have a 4th and 2 when they come back. Wonder if they will try another field goal. That'd be kind of a long one. 22, 32, that'd be close to 40 yards.
Yeah. Well, we saw pregame that he's got fairly easily 45-yard range.
6:25 left in the fourth quarter. Our score is the Chargers 37, the Braves 10. El Toro will have a 4th down and 2 from the Brave 22-yard line, and the Braves need a stop, something fierce right about now. Another score of any kind by the Chargers, and this is
turnover territory is
pretty much over.
Definitely indicated.
Braves down 27 here late. PA announcer announcing the St. Francis leads 30-20 over Citrus Hill.
That would be considered an upset as well.
The winner of that game plays the winner of this game. 4th and 2. Chargers will go for it.
Castaneda.
Pitching. Going to be tackled at the 21. He's going to be short. And that is Ruben Cortez laying him down at the 21. And the Braves will force a turnover on downs. They'll take the ball 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line. They've got 6 minutes and 14 seconds to find a way to score 27 points.
That's not a good combination.
No.
They've had trouble getting first downs, much less touchdowns tonight.
The Braves will send 4 receivers, 2 to either side. Nix in the shotgun. Cortez in the backfield. Nix under great pressure.
Screen
dumps
pass.
it off to Cortez on a little middle screen. And he gets out across the 30 to the 33-yard line. So a quick first down for the Braves. Nix took a pretty good wallop after he got rid of the ball. Clock running, 6 minutes remaining. We're halfway through the fourth quarter. Braves first down at their own 33.
I just like to see Lompoc move the ball and put some points on the board on this one.
Oh, they don't have a choice.
Oh,
low snap.
Bounce pass.
Another quick screen complete to Savage, who cuts it back inside.
And
Still
he
on his
keeps
feet,
going.
breaking
Oh.
tackles, still on his feet, but refusing to go down, and finally gets gang tackled across midfield at the Charger 48. And what a tremendous extra effort by Shamar Savage to get some yardage after the catch. That play eats up almost 30 seconds, and it's first down, but 5.5 left in the game. Ball now at the Charger 47-yard line.
And the Chargers will be quite happy to give up a bunch more such plays.
Nix back to pass, under pressure, has to roll to his left. Got 3 jerseys in his face and has to dump this one off, incomplete. Yeah, I don't see a receiver anywhere in that area, but no flags. There it is. There's the flag. Yep. Nix just had to throw that one away on the run, and there was no receiver within about 15 yards of that. So kind of expecting an intentional grounding call, and that's what's going to happen. That'll move the ball back to the 40-yard line. Also loss of down.
Lompoc 40.
Second down from the 40-yard line. That's second and 23 yards. Little quick math.
There's 5:13 to go.
4 receivers again for the Braves. Nix from under center. Manzo in motion. Manzo will take it on the sweep. He's got some room on the far side. He's got a lot of room on the far side. Now it's a foot race. Tripped up at the 15-yard line. Finally, some success on that jet sweep by Johnny Manzo, but somebody got him by the ankles at about the 12-yard line to save the touchdown.
You know, the depth of speed on this El Toro team has given Lompoc problems all night.
And Manzo goes limping off the field after that tackle. First down, Braves at the El Toro 13-yard line. 4 receivers again. Nix has to step it up, gets away from pressure. He's down inside the 10 to the 5, fighting his way. Touchdown, Braves! Xavier Nix takes it himself and punches one in for the Braves with 4:41 left. Is it enough? 37-16 the score with the point after coming. Braves need a few more of those.
And once again, number 80 will be kicking rather than number 19. And it's blocked.
And it's blocked. You're right. Another special teams gem for the El Toro Chargers. Point is no good. 4:41 left in the game. It's now El Toro 37, Lompoc 16. And you were listening to the CIF Southern Section 4 to Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network.
Let's take a moment and run through our sponsor list tonight, folks. I want to thank all of our sponsors one last time here this evening for their support tonight, last week, and for the 11-12 previous games we did prior to that, Lompoc and Cabrillo. We thank them all for their support tonight. The Box Shop, Frederick Quality Plumbing, the Pizza Garden, Sunset Auto Center, Surf Connection, Wilkerson Chiropractic. Thank you so much for making these broadcasts a reality. And although we want to take a special shout out to our good friend Rose Isaac of Anything Athletic and Rose's Embroidery. I'm sorry to report that, well, good for her, though. Rose is going to retire.
Oh, wow.
Rose is going to hang it up after decades and decades of serving the Lompoc sports community. She's going to take a step back and relax a little bit, and she well deserves it. But Anything Athletic is in the going out of business sale right now. So thank you, Rose, for your years and years of support.
Yep. Onside kick, and it went 10 yards, but Lompoc did not come up with it.
Brian Dietz covers the ball.
So with that, the Chargers will take over. Oh, illegal touching, I think, was called by the Braves.
Yeah.
So the Chargers will take over at the Lompoc 45 with 4:38 left here in the game.
Braves just can't even get out of their own way tonight.
So the Chargers just need to do another dose of what they've been doing this whole second half. That's control the ball, control the clock,
control the Braves.
That they've done pretty well. Three receivers for the Chargers, two up top, one here to the wide side of the field near the Charger bench. Cooper Jones from the shotgun. The ball is loose, picks it up, scrambles to his right, looking for a block, picks up one, gets to the corner, makes a move, and finally knocked out of bounds at the 38. So what could have been a disaster, a turnover.
Well, and that ball pretty much bounced right back up to him.
And then he had the wherewithal and the speed to not only pick it up, but to get to the corner and pick up a 7-yard gain on what could have been a big loss or worse yet for the Chargers, a turnover. And a lot of quarterbacks would have just fallen on that.
Mm-hmm.
Cooper Jones picks up 7 yards in the 2nd and 3 from the Brave 38.
Gives it to Castaneda, who picks up a yard.
Not much there at all. 3rd down. But 3rd and 3 from the 38.
No gain, and the Chargers don't really care as long as that clock keeps dropping digits.
And it is dropping digits all the way down to the 4-minute mark now. Braves season winding down here, and it's not looking too encouraging.
No.
37-16 is the score. The Chargers with the 21-point lead and taking their time. You're right.
Ooh, Bruce.
Tackled in the backfield by Ruben Cortez. Briefly gets away, but then Cortez gets some help. And Bruce will get tackled for a loss back to the 39. 4th down and 4 from the Brave 39. Clock running inside 3.5.
Yeah. Leandre Coleman got in there to help them.
Braves have, I believe, a full complement of timeouts here. And the Chargers just standing here watching the clock run as they stare towards their sideline. That's all they want to do is see the clock run down. And it's run down to 3 minutes now. Braves not opting to stop it at this point. And a delay of game intentionally taken by the Chargers. That'll stop the clock with 2:55 left. Move the ball back to the 44. It'll be 4th down and 9 from there.
It'll be 4th and 9.
They don't like him.
Looks like they will kick this one away. Good strategy there. Gives them a little more field to work with. Burns a little more clock. They did it all correctly that time.
And Johnny Manzo back at around his 12.
good to see him on the field, as he did limp off a little precariously after that last series. And a little sidewinder kick will go out of bounds on the far sideline, not giving Manzo any chance of returning that.
Yeah.
Another smart coaching move there. Looks like they went out of bounds at about the 23. That's right, the Braves will take over. First down and 10 from there with 2:54 left in the game. It's 37-16. The Chargers lead the Lompoc Braves. You are listening to the CIF Southern Section Ford Football Championships right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
The Braves Radio Network.
So is there a miracle left in the Braves season? We're about to find out.
Yeah, it better show up pretty quick.
Well, right now, Nick scrambling for his life, chucks one out towards Ruben Cortez, and it's knocked away incomplete at the 45.
Last moment, Nick's was scrambling for his life, threw it out there, and Ruben had to wait just a smidgen.
Just long enough for the defender to get there to knock it right before it got into Ruben's hands. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 2:47 left in the fourth. A very subdued Lompoc crowd across the way.
Yeah.
A couple of hundred people made the trip, though, it looks like.
Yeah. And it's a long trip.
That it is. Nix from
Especially
the
on a
shotgun,
Friday night.
scrambling left. Now has to tuck it away, and he'll get tackled after a gain of about 5.
And maybe not quite. They're not marking them that far. Maybe about
make
3.
3, okay. Yep. He bounced after the tackle.
Yeah, they don't
count the bounces. All right.
They don't count the bounces.
26-yard line is where the ball is. It's 3rd down and 7.
And we have to say tonight, after a rather dubious group last week, this officiating crew has done very well, I think.
Yes, I believe so. 3rd down and 7 for the Braves. Nick's back to pass. Got a little time this time. Complete. That's Ruben. Ruben Cortez makes the catch out there at the 34. Knocked out of bounds immediately.
Nice catch. Nice tackle. First down.
It'll move the chains for the Braves. That's the good news. Out of bounds. That's another good news because it stops the clock. The bad news is there's only 2 minutes left in the game, and now the clock is running.
Regarding next week's football game, as much as we know at the time.
Ball at the 34, 1st and 10 Braves. Clock running, 1:45 left. Nix from the shotgun. Takes a couple of steps to his left. Now under pressure. And he's down on one knee at the 31.
Yeah.
Another sack.
Xavier Nix tackled in the backfield on that play. Looks like Raymond Carpenter again in on
Loss of about 3. 2nd down, 13, back to the 31. Clock running 1 minute and 20 seconds left in the Lompoc Braves football season.
Nick's back there in the shotgun. Looks like he's facing a bunch of howitzers.
The Braves electing not to use their timeouts, Mike.
Yeah.
They see the writing on the wall.
And it's not Lompoc.
5 receivers. Nick's alone in the backfield. I think the ball popped loose and somebody got a hold of it, and the Chargers have recovered. Chargers have the ball at the Braves' 29-yard line, and that is insult to injury. Turnover on the probably the final offensive play of the Lompoc Braves season. Stops the clock with 50 seconds left on the change of possession. And all the Chargers have to do is take one knee, Mike, and this one will be history. And so will the Braves championship run.
He'll take over on the Braves' 29-yard line.
And I think we might see Cooper Jones in something other than the shotgun for the first time tonight. He lines up in the victory formation, takes a knee. Looks like they'll have to take one more. Clock running with 50 seconds left. We'll let this go down to under about 40 seconds, take one more, and this will be official.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and
40 seconds left, and this is a very disappointing end for the Lompoc Braves tonight.
They're going to look at go down to under 30, I think, Greg.
Boom, there's the knee.
28 seconds.
And the El Toro Chargers are celebrating, as well they should. They are on to the semifinals next week against either St. Francis or Citrus Hill. And the Lompoc Braves will end their season at 11-1. Our final score here tonight is El Toro Chargers 37, the Lompoc Braves 16. And you got to hand it to the Chargers, Mike. They just outplayed the Braves in pretty much every facet of the game tonight.
We got to hand it to the Chargers because the Chargers really handed it to the Braves.
It's a good way to put it. The teams shaking hands down at the midfield tonight. Congratulations to these El Toro Chargers. They played a terrific game. They had a wonderful game plan, and they executed it beautifully.
Yes, and the defensive effort and the defensive speed we saw from the Chargers tonight was unlike anything we've seen all year. And there's a reason for that.
Well, we wish them the best of luck next week in the semifinals.
Looks like they'll be facing St. Francis.
If that score stands, that's right. One final shout out to our sponsors tonight. We want to thank the Box Shop, Frederick Quality Plumbing, the Pizza Garden, Sunset Auto Center, Surf Connection, and Wilkerson Chiropractic. Thank you so much for your support for Lompoc Braves football and KPEG Radio.
Got some updates from various places. Fourth quarter, Paraclete is up 48-23 on St. Joe. Third quarter, this one's a little bit old, but Sure is up 21-14 on Santa Maria. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. Faithful Braves fan and KPEG listener, Mike Casper from
Mike Casper, hey buddy.
Holyoke, Washington, sends us a message to say thanks for lifting his homesick spirits on Friday evenings. And,
long-time listener, Mike Casper, thanks for being with us, Mike. We appreciate you listening.
Let me check one more place and see if I can find some. Okay, Santa Maria is now leading Sure 28-21 in the fourth quarter. St. Joe is down 48-23 in the fourth quarter to Paraclete. So looks like there may be a possibility there. Some of the other teams in the area, well, most of the other teams in the area got beat. So,
well, Mike, let's sum this up. The Braves had a terrific season. They went 10-0 in the regular season. Won their opening playoff game, came up short tonight. I don't know, maybe that bus ride took a little bit out of them, or took a lot out of them. But El Toro Chargers took it to them.
I think we returned to one of the things we talked about early in the season and then kind of left hanging, which is how Lompoc got bumped up to Division III, whereas the team that beat them last year in the semifinals is still in Division IV.
There's always been some question about that this season. But next season's going to be quite interesting. The last of the Los Padres League for the Braves, moving to the Channel League.
Moving to the Channel League, it'll be Lompoc, Cabrillo, San Ynez, and Santa Barbara, San Marcos, and Dos Pueblos all in the same league. That hasn't happened since 1968. Lompoc hasn't been in the league with Santa Barbara in a while, but they were in the old Santa Barbara County Athletic League with DP and San Marcos.
It's going to be very, very interesting next season. We'll be there.
We'll be
there. Want to do it again next year, Mikey?
Sure, why not?
Why not?
Not like we're busy.
Well, we want to thank you folks for listening tonight. We want to thank you folks for listening all season.
And I want to send a special shout out to my sister Rebecca, who was attacked by a dog yesterday. And
that's right.
Her dog was attacked. And also want to thank Taylor, who dived in on top of a a Labrador pit bull mix to extricate them both from the situation.
I hope they are all recovering well. Well, thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to our listeners. It's been a pleasure to be with you tonight and all season long, bringing you Lompoc Braves and Cambrio Conquistadors football. It has been our honor to be with you here on KPEG this season, and we plan to be back to do it again next year.
And we may have some exciting news for you in that regard.
Who knows? Who knows? So, for Judy Baker back home, and I mean way back home, and for Mike Maloney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thanks again for listening. Our final score, the El Toro Chargers 37, the Lompoc Braves 16, and the Braves are done for the year.
Thanks, Judy.
Thanks, Judy. Thanks, Bill, for his help over the course of the season as well. We'll see you all next season, everybody. Good night from El Toro High School.